What's going on, YouTube? Trucking Life here again. As you can see, I'm not coming to you from the truck right now. I'm a normal human being right now. I ain't fixing on rail chassis and trailers and everything else that come along with that. I'm actually in the office of my house right now. Man, I had a question come up in the email. I'm just gonna pull it up. Should have had it pulled up already, but hey, man, like I told you, I usually don't have a script. I actually had to write some stuff down on this because I want to make sure I answer things like right, and I want to make sure I do it right. So therefore, I kind of wrote some stuff down, and I think I'm gonna make this like a three-part, not series, but three-part answer on 3 separate videos because it's a lot to cover. I'm gonna try to go in detail as much as I could without making it too long, drawn out, but kind of so you get the point, you know. A question was posed to me that from William Gresham. This is for you, bro. He said that he'd been driving for 2 years, and he's about to go into containers, and he just applied for a company with a lease to purchase program, and he wanted to kind of like the best of whatever I could do to add to that to help him out, or kind of give him some advice on that. And I told him I'd make a video to this video for you, William. Check it out. Alright, I'm going to break this up to 3 parts. Because you got the lease to purchase part by itself. And the stuff that come along with that. I'm going to touch on a little bit of containers in this video, but not too much. I'm going to make another video on maintenance. If it don't go too far, I throw it over into the maintenance and containers. So that way it'd be a 2-part series versus a 3-part series. Because I want to make sure that I answer this to the best of my ability. Now, mind you, I'm no mechanic. I'm no salesperson. I only did 1 lease to purchase. I know guys that do them all the time, and I see a lot of different leases come across the board. Not for me per se, but for other people. And so I got a little understanding of it. Not a whole lot. I know more people that got better understanding on it. And if you guys like this video about the lease purchase program, I got another buddy I could bring on who's really good at the lease purchase program because he's been through enough. And he know what to look for and what not to look for. I'm just giving you my bare knowledge of what I have on it to kind of help you get a little understanding of what you're getting into before you get into it. You guys see a teddy bear back there? It's my daughter teddy bear, man. He chilling. Part 1 will be like the lease to purchase and the do's and the don'ts. Some things I would suggest you look for. Some things I want you to have in order before you actually, do it if possible. I know I told you guys jump out the window because I jumped out the window, but I wouldn't recommend you guys do it. But, it's some things I would have done a little different, and I'm going to share them today. Alright, so let's get started. I have notes right now. I have to have notes. It's too much because I don't want to miss so much. I have to get notes on this one. So, check it out. Lease to purchase program. Alright, one thing you want to do without going into too much detail, getting too deep, because this will be a video by itself. And if you guys like it, I might do another video on this, explain a little bit more deeper. And if I have to bring people on to do it, to explain a little bit better, I would. But before you do the lease to purchase, find out the company you're going with, because you said in your question that you got a company in mind. I ain't gonna mention the company because I don't want to put your business out there like that. And you said they haul containers from some part of one state to another. Same state, but I get it. I ain't gonna put your business out there like that. But you said that you got a company in mind. So and you thinking about getting a lease to purchase with this particular company. First thing I would say is before you go with that company and get a lease to purchase. Sorry about that. And you get a lease to purchase with this company. If you haven't already, I'm not sure you didn't state it in the question that you already did your research on the company. Find out how long that company been around, the do's and the don'ts about the company. Find out if they got plenty of work. Find out if the company got a lot of work. Like, I mean, they real busy. If you could do that by talking to the drivers that drive for them. Stop random guys going to the office one day and you catch your drivers in the office. Hey man, how long you been here? Do they have plenty of work? Are they pretty fair? Do they, how they operate pretty much. But drivers, believe me, some of them will send you off, but a lot of them will tell you the truth because drivers don't hide when they're not happy, boy. They're like, man, you know what? Skip this company. I should throw the table. I should toss the table over right now. I'm tired of this company. I ain't got to take this. They'll tell you. Believe me, I done had drivers, man, that speak their mind in a heartbeat. And this is one driver that'll speak his mind. Believe me, I do it. So I know it firsthand. Anyway, that's one way you can find out. Look online about the company. Make sure they got good reviews. But now you gotta keep this in mind too. If the company's a huge company, this is what I mean. If they got a terminal in, let's just say, the southern states, and they got terminals in the northern states. Now all the terminals may not operate the same way, even though it's the same company. One terminal may be, I call it, they got their favorite five. I ain't go there right now, but I call it the favorite five. Anybody who know what that is, that means you be with it. Nah, skip it, I'm gonna say it. You be with a company and they got their favorites. And you not one of the favorites, so they give you the crappy work and give their favorite five. It ain't technically five of them, but it's just their favorites. They get them to work and leave you out there stranded. So you got to find out if there's some of that stuff going on too. It may be going on with their northern terminals, but it may not be going on with their southern terminals, or vice versa. So you want to read the reviews online about that particular terminal that you're going with, if it's a big company. If it's a small company, it's easy to find out. Just you read the reviews on the company and go for that. So once you establish the company you want to lease on to with the lease purchase program, now I don't know if you're getting your truck through the company, or you're trying to go through a third-party lease purchase and then lease on to the company. I didn't see that in the email, but I'm gonna assume that you're probably getting the truck through the company you with. If that's the case, I'm not 100%. Like I said, you didn't list it in the email in your questions, but in your question in the email, you know what I'm trying to say. So I'm gonna assume that's what it is. So that brings my next thing. Number two, you want to make sure you do your research on trucks, the truck you want to get. The years. I believe like 2010, 2014, the DEF system was kind of crappy. You know, I know people that had it for a while. I probably seen one or two that kind of flew under the radar with no problems, but majority of the rest of them had DEF issues. But for those who don't know, a DEF system is it's a different system they put on these newer trucks to clean idle, pretty much. It cleans the exhaust, so it burns clean. But anyway, I heard they had a lot of problems with the DEF system, and they spent a lot of money on the DEF system from the truck they get. So you want to do your research on the truck you get. There's ways around it. I ain't gonna mention it on here, but I'm just saying. If you find a truck you like and it got a DEF system on it and it's within them years, I believe it's between 2010 and 14. I know definitely up to 14 they started kind of getting a little better, 15, 16, 17. Some 14's better. I could be wrong. I'm just saying what I heard from guys I know they got DEF with them years. So but anyway, so if you find a truck you want, find out the maintenance cost of that truck. I think I'm about to make another video on that by itself because it's a lot to really explain with that. So find a truck you want. Another thing with the truck you want, find out what type of engine you want in that truck. Like you got ISX Cummins, you got the DD series, the Detroit Diesel series, you got the Volvo series, depending on what type of truck you're going with. They only come in Volvo. You got the Mercedes engine. Find out what engine is better for you with less maintenance starting off. I don't know how your money looking when you first doing this, and you want to make sure you get a pretty much a easily maintained vehicle starting off. Now if you want to go start off showboating with the nice flashy Coronado with the nice big engine in there and you could afford it, I say go for it. You know what I'm saying? If you could afford it. But if you trying to, the first year is critical, you know what I'm talking about? Anyway, because you want to be in business at least 5 years. Even then it's still critical after that, but anyway, that's another video. But anyway, if you starting off and you want to save your little duckies and you want an easy maintained vehicle, do the research on different engines. Like ISX is an American-made engine. I heard a lot of good things about that. Cummins. Detroit Diesel, 12.7 and a 14 liters engine, 60 series. Awesome motors, man. They awesome. You get over 1 million miles out of them things. You got the DD 13, 14, and 15. Now, I've heard mixed things about them engines. I'm no mechanic. I'm just telling you what I've heard. And when I've even been in the shop, you see these trucks in the shop with you, and I'm asking questions like, "Hey, man, what kind of engine is that? And what's wrong with it?" Just pretty much what I'm saying is, do your research on different type of engines that you easy to maintain. Which brings to my next thing. Some warranties come with the lease purchase. You want to make sure the warranties. This definitely got to be a video by itself about the warranties. They word that stuff so good sometimes you don't know what's going on. You like, okay, I'm covered. Until the engine blow, you like, man, it wasn't covered in oil, so therefore they ain't covering it because they figured it was caused because of a part that wasn't covered in oil. So you want to make sure that the warranty is kind of solid, man. One way of doing that without reading all the paperwork, I would suggest read all of it. You know, make sure you understand what's going on, because they know what's going on. They know how long these parts last. They know how long to cover them before they start going out. And there's a couple ways you could do that too. One way is go with a real known dealership that's known for backing up their trucks. You got something out there. I went with one, so I know you got something out there. But some you got the rinky dink ones that try to kick out trucks. They don't bag nothing. You on your own. And some of these companies is using these trucking sales companies to do that, to push that. So I would say, you know, you want to do like a little research, a lot of research on that before you do that. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I'm kind of skimming I'm kind of skimming the service a little bit, but I'm going a little detailed, more in depth than I could answering back in the email. And I'm hoping I'm hitting some things. Like I said, this is one part of it, and I'm gonna have to make another part about the Railyards stuff themselves. Another thing too, you want to find you a good mechanic before you get the truck, if possible. Don't do like I did. I had no mechanic. Man, now I'm thinking about it in hindsight, I was just wild with it, man. I was really wild with it. I just jumped out there. The reason I found my mechanic I got now, I blew a brake chamber right in front of their shop, and I had to get it fixed. That's how I found them, and they found it to be some good mechanics. You know what I'm saying? So a good mechanic that know how to rig some stuff up when he had to, that know how to fix it right when he had to, that know how to, you go to him long enough, you better build a little credit with him, even though you don't want to do that. But if you ain't got the money, your money's slow, you probably had a slow month, slow week, whatever the case may be, and then you go to them guys and say, you know, hey man, I really ain't got it like that right now, but if you fix it, I'll pay you back your money, man. Or, you know, anything like that. So a good mechanic, man, that mechanic right there will save you a lot of money if you're not a mechanic yourself. If you're a mechanic yourself, that's half the battle right there. Right there. So, with that being said, I'm gonna touch one more point in this video, and then I'm gonna have to cut this one short because, like I said, I'm gonna make some more videos on that. Another thing too, this is real key. If possible, don't do like I did it. You can save at least $5,000 outside of your down payment on your truck, just for your maintenance, because you might pull off the lot, blow a tire, and you ain't got no money to fix it. You out the game already. Can't ride around on a flat tire forever. You might be able to pull off a couple days. Don't ask me how I know. but it depends on how far you go to. Oh man, anyway, you don't want to do that. You know, you want to have some money just in case something go wrong as soon as you pull off the lot, because stuff happens. I would say at least $5,000, man, save. You go 10, man, the more the merrier. And another thing too, if possible, pay your bills up for 2 months, at least 2 months. That'll give you 2 months of breathing room to figure out what's going on, how to get it done, and where you want to go. But if you balls to the walls off the jump, it's stressful. I know guys that done it. You're looking at one guy here that done it, but it's very, very stressful, and I wouldn't recommend it. You know, because it's a better way. You know, the better way is proper planning. You know, plan it a little bit better. Hop out the window after you plan it, if possible. I don't know your situation dire, and you got to make moves ASAP and do what you got to do, then do that, but make sure you kind of just take precaution. That's all I'm saying. And make sure I listed a couple things in this video that it kind of give you a better idea about the lease part and and also with the lease purchase too. Find out if it's a balloon payment at the end. If it is, ask them if they can take it out during the payments. If you want to keep the truck, I think I'm gonna have to do another video just on the lease part alone, because there's a lot to that than what I can't say it all in this one video. So I'm gonna say this right here, that you just be careful when you do it. Research, understand what vehicle, your truck, the mule. Two major components to remember here: the truck you buying, the dependability of the truck, and the company you're going with, make sure they got work to run that truck to make sure you are able to make the payments and still make a living at the same time. Everything else goes out the window. Certain runs, I had to run certain runs. That's a different video by itself. What lanes to go, that's a different video by itself. What works for you may not work for somebody else. The things you have to do in the beginning that you don't want to do, you might have to do that. Like running certain runs that you really just don't care for. But if it's paying decent money and your numbers add up at the end of all of that, then I would say do it. Yeah, William, I kind of scanned the surface on this a little bit. I went in more detail than I could during an email. But on the same token, it's a lot deeper than that. But this right here basically is something to get you a starter kit. It'll get you going. And whoever else out there would like to start this and try to get into the business themselves, it will definitely help out. If some things I missed, leave them in a comment. I try to address it, or I try to make a video on it. But it's more. This is just skinning the top. This is skinning the surface. You know, it's a lot more to it than this. But you want to get your feet in the game and get going. Oh, another thing too. I could put this in this video. When you figure out all the other stuff I just told you, anybody out there who want to do this, once you figure out all that other stuff like the truck, lease, company you're going with, runs they have, and all that stuff, you find you a number that you want to make a week. Get the number in your head. You ain't got to say it to nobody. There's no number you want to reach for every week for you to survive because you know your bills. Another thing too, keep your overhead low. It'll take a lot of pressure off you too. I'll make another video on that at another date, another time. But find out your number you want to make per week. Make it realistic too. Don't look at the national average of owner operators. You can look that up online. You can Google it. Owner operators national average of doing containers. It'll come up. Pick a number somewhere up in there that's more realistic. Don't go, I want to make $5,000 a week, bring home without working. I want to work 2 days. I mean, doing containers. Now, containers is the grunt work, which I'm gonna actually cover this in another video with containers on my part 2, at least the part 2. So, all right, William. I hope this video was helpful, man. I had to write this stuff down. Make sure. Yeah, I pretty much covered everything on my notes. I actually had to write notes on this because there was so much to try to remember. If you notice, I didn't hardly look down. I just wrote it down, but I kind of hit it up here. But I looked over right now, and I pretty much covered everything on this sheet right here on this part. And like I say, you know, I ain't trying to get philosophical right now, but what they say, poor preparation equals poor performance in most cases. Poor preparation equals poor performance in most cases. I got one more for you, since we on this philosophy. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. I like that. Anywho, all right, YouTube. This is it for part 1 of this, I don't know what to call it. Lease purchase / container operation series. I don't know. But anyway, it's a question for you, William. I hope this answers your question, man. And like I said, I'll see you guys in part 2. More going into details about how to operate the containers, how not to lose your time, what to do, the do's and the don'ts, and how to make your rail experience a little easier. It's gonna be rough, man, but if you know what to do and how to do it, it's not as bad as it could be. It still could get bad. It can get pretty bad. But anyway, all right, guys. Trucking Life, I'm out. See you next video. Probably part 2 soon. Peace.